Hey everybody, John Hinds here, and today I wanted to talk about today's workout. Actually, we were doing 8 to 10 sprints or intense conditioning sets. And you can look at this very similar to how you look at strength training. Now, if the primary focus is speed and intensity of movement, you don't really want to shorten your rest periods. So in today's workout, the focus was on your intensity of sets, and then each set increasing the intensity just a bit. So it's very similar to doing progressive weight training or body weight calisthenics. Let's say if you do push-ups, if you can do normally 30 push-ups, let's say, maybe you do 10 on your first set, rest a few minutes, then you add a 15-pound weight vest, then you do 10 again, so the intensity is a little higher, then you add a 30-pound weight vest, 45, 60, etc., like that. Each set, your intensity is going to go up incrementally. Now, most people today are so fixated on conditioning, and then thinking that if they're sprinting or if they're doing the bike or if they're doing a rowing machine, you got to have a massive heart rate, barely let it drop and hit it again and go super hard. But studies all over the place have found that the intensity of your set can be correlated very similar to the intensity of a strength set. You can rest 4 to 5 minutes between sets. If you look at any world-class sprinter, when they're training, they'll do a sprint, work on technique, maybe go 80-90% in their 100 or 200 meter sprint, and then they might walk at least one loop, recovery 4 or 5 minutes, then do it again, working on technique, speeding up their technique. That's all they're focused on. Very rarely do top flight sprinters all out sprint, but they're working on technique and refining it and then speeding that technique up. So today's workout is no different. I was on the Echo bike. My objective was to do my 20 calories in less and less time each set. And that worked. Because I have a rep counter on the bike, I could see that at one point I'm going 80 reps a minute, then 79, then 78, et cetera, each round. So that's easier for me to do that and increase the intensity. Now, Jessie was out on a track, and she didn't have me next to her yelling, pick the pace up or anything like that. So a methodology that we've been doing for a long time is count your strides. And this applies to people if you're trying to walk a quarter mile, jog a quarter mile, or sprint a quarter mile, or 200 or 100, whatever you're trying to do, you can count your strides. So let's say Jessie was doing 200-meter sprints. She starts out easy with 80 strides. She walks, slow recovery, hits it again. Her goal would be then to maybe do 78, walk it, 76, et cetera, each set, increasing the intensity by just barely decreasing the amount of strides. Okay, now, thing is, if you don't have somebody yelling out your time and you're not counting your strides to the very end of your sprint, it's going to be very difficult when you're first doing this drill to get a feeling of it. And that's the cool thing of this workout today, is you're going to find out how to be intense in a set and how to really just slowly, incrementally increase your intensity. So what I suggest is on your walk, jogs, or runs, when you're doing these speed-based sets, count your strides and have halfway markers so that you can maybe be, instead of 40 strides at the halfway mark, you're at 39. And then the next set, you're at 38 each time you do it. So you know, stay on this pace or speed it up or slow it down, whatever. But you're gonna learn how to connect to yourself and your speed. The more you do it, the more you'll get comfortable with it, and the more successful you'll be at slowly and incrementally increasing your intensity, your speed, and you're gonna do it in a really safe and an intelligent manner. Hope this helps you all. Bye-bye.